Think I got it working. Are we working? I think we're working. I think we got it. Oh my gosh. Hi. Give me a second. I'm getting my slides up here. Kind of see all this jargon I've been working with. Okay. I think I got it working. All right. Let's get the feedback off of here. Let me get my OBS back up. So I haven't gone streaming in like a year, you guys. Thanks so much for waiting. I appreciate it. Yay, we're here. All right. Let me get some of these screens off. I want to make sure I have access to my chat. I appreciate you guys being patient, of course. All right, exit off of that one. I have so many windows open. I was like freaking out. Okay. There's the chat. All right. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. Looks like it's a little delayed, so that's okay. I'm just going to give you guys a delayed. All right. Here we go. Welcome, Spencer. I'm glad you were able to make it. Sorry I was so late. I was actually here 20 minutes early, and as soon as I went live, I was like, oh crap, now what do I do? Hey, Erin, how are you? Welcome. Okay, so let's get started. I don't know why it's really delayed, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started, but answer your questions. I will get to them if I see them pop up. Okay, so how to use Facebook and Instagram to grow your brand? This is a question I get all the time, and I know you guys that work with me in the office or just one-on-one clients, y'all know, you understand it, but the real question is like, how do you do it, right? So, oops, hold on. It's about me. You kind of already know about me. I'm going to go past that because we're running a little behind. So use your platform. What are we going to use Instagram and Facebook for? First off, they're owned by the same company. So anything that you do is on Instagram is going to automatically sometimes share to Facebook. Usually it's seamless. Usually it works really well. Sometimes it doesn't, and there's glitches and there's things you have to work with. But ultimately, when you use one platform, they kind of go hand in hand with the other, okay? You're going to educate your audience, right? You need to figure out, what are you going to use your platform for? Well, whatever your business or service is, that's what you're going to be talking about, okay? So use your platform. You're going to educate your audience, give them information about the product you're selling, the service you're offering. I know some of you guys are real estate agents. I think if Carrie's on here, she's an agent too. She's just in New Mexico. So I'm going to kind of make this a little bit realtor specific. If you remember what it was like the first time you bought your house, it's intimidating. It's all of those things. So how would you talk to somebody like you for the first time, right? I think somebody had mentioned that, they were having problems with understanding like all the paperwork. It's kind of a lot, and it's like the biggest purchase of your life. As a realtor, we get really complacent, right? I say you can get really complacent about just how somebody's going to react to questions like, oh, why don't they already know that? You got to treat everybody like they're kindergarten level on this, right? Because you're the professional. So, hey, One Love, how are you? So ultimately, you want to make sure, okay, that you are dumbing it down. And I say dumbing it down because it's going to be dumber than what you're thinking. You're a professional. You got to get it on that lower level. Figure out who your audience is. Who are you talking to? Pretend you're talking to first-time owners, first-time buyers, the first time they've ever seen this. What are some basic questions that you get? That is ultimately the questions you get. That's what you're going to make your content about, okay? The service that you're offering, the product that you have. How do you use this product? How do I use you as a realtor? What's the tool bag of realtorness that I can have, right? Because a lot of people don't know the limits. And this is also a good time for you guys to set boundaries as well. Like, well, look, I'm not gonna, yeah, I'm here to hold your hand, but I'm also here to, you know how some clients can get a little needy. So, you can set healthy boundaries at that level too. So it works for you and it works for them, but you're giving them what you're offering. Who you are, why you even do this, what is your story, what sets you apart from the next realtor. Your story isn't the same as other people. And something I learned traveling on the road, everybody had their story, everybody had their battles. And I don't know about you, but if I find a product or a service, or I want to work with somebody, if I find out that we have some things in common and I can relate with them, I'm more apt to work with them. I'm not just kind of picking, oop, there's one, because there's a million people that do exactly what you do. Social media is about making sure you stand out and that you are different. So you have to really set time aside to be creative. And in order to get in that mindset, you might just need to spend some time consuming a little bit of fellow realtors' pages, right? Get on people that you like. What are some realtors that you like, or people that you listen to, or anybody, right? Go check out their social media. What are they doing? Okay, it is some research. That's my job too, is to research. I have to know everything about an industry before I go in and manage a page. Also, myth busting, myths in your niche, especially with all the interest rates rising. There's tons and tons of myths, right, about that's getting spread. Like, no, you can't buy a house now, it's too expensive, blah, blah, blah. You got the dads, you got the friends that are realtors but not in this state, so they're in your client's ear. Bust any myths that you hear. You guys get them all the time. Write them down as you think about them, and then come back to it later and make some content off of that. These are all, to you, it might sound really basic and silly, but people are looking for this information. Type in on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, this is how you can figure out what people are looking for if you don't have any of your own original ideas, or just if you don't want to go copy people. Go into the Facebook and Instagram search bar and type whatever your product is, whatever your service. Type real estate, home buying, home selling, whatever. The auto-generated searches that pop up are going to give you what people are searching for, and that is what you make your content on. So for instance, on YouTube, I went to and I typed real estate. The first thing that popped up was first-time real estate investor. So we made a video on that, because that is what's being searched right now on the YouTube platform. It changes for every platform. Yeah, they do get needy. Yeah. Sorry, I just saw your comment. They can get really clingy, and your time is valuable, so it's very important to use this to educate people about you, okay, what you offer your life, about your personality. Where are you from? What have you been through, right? If you're divorced, if you have kids, tell people about it. Actually, put a picture of yourself and type in about me, a little bio, a little paragraph about you, for your page. And do that like once every few months. Do an about me. Educate them about you, because you're going to get new followers and people aren't going to scroll all the way through your old stuff. We're very now cultured. So you want to be doing an about me every so often and re-updating it. I've been working on mine for 2 months, so. So show your personality through your posts. Don't be scared to tell the jokes. Obviously if it's political or whatever, it can be iffy, it can be rocky, but those can also be beneficial posts too, because you're posting something that's controversial. And I've actually done this on one person's page. We posted something very controversial in a community group on Facebook, and it took off. Like, these people were fighting each other. It was about solar and what was better, what was worse. And we didn't even comment anymore. We weren't even in the conversation, but they were going. And guess what? A month and a half later, that post is still getting pushed, and he has actually gotten more people to his page because of that. And we don't only post controversial things, but it's just a way to get people itching and get people going, because unfortunately, it's sad to say, but people don't like seeing other people succeed as much as we like to think we do. I find that engagements get low, and when you think your friends and family would be supporting you, they really don't, which is why it's so important. And even before Facebook and Instagram changed, right now they're very community driven. Facebook always kind of has been, but Instagram is trying to get more so. And we're going to talk about that, like how they're doing that and what we can use. In fact, Spencer and Aaron, the next time I'm in the office, I'm going to be doing a little class about all the updates on Instagram and like the best ways to use it for you guys. So think of ideas, write them down. You can have a million ideas, you guys. I have like a notebook here that I just keep of just notes and notes and notes of ideas, the trending audios and videos. I go on Instagram, and we'll actually do that in our Reels class. I'll show you guys how to do that. When you're flicking through, how to save the audio. I take a screenshot of the content that I like, that I want to copy, and then I go back later after like a week of doing that or a few days, and I just write it all down. I put the audio to use with it. I put, what I'm gonna say, some ideas that I'm thinking of, and then I move on to the next one. And that's one mindset to get into the research phase, right? Stick with that. Don't try to go research and then recreate it right away unless you're really feeling it. Just research it. Okay, who is your audience? This is kind of the first step. Identify who your audience is. You need everybody. You need the customer. You need the other person that's doing what you're doing. You need the person who wants to do what you're doing. Your personal supporters, the watchers, the people, the lurkers, right? The people who watch but they don't engage. And then the haters, the people who watch to see you fail and they leave nasty comments. All of those people. So those people are fans. But you need all of these people. You need to reach all of them. I've been kind of hung up on trolls lately, even on my own personal videos, because it's a thing. People tell me they don't want to post because they're scared of the haters. They're scared. Don't be scared of them. When they comment, they're engaging with you, period. Don't look at it as a bad thing. So for your product or service, figure out who's your audience. Like here in Central Texas, we have tons of military, we have tons of veterans. Who is it that you want to speak to? Do you want to speak to first-time home buyers, first-time home sellers? I would kind of, in my head, I feel like the most information would be like, just act like you're talking to someone who's never done it before. And then talk to somebody who's already doing what you're doing, right? So when you're holding your phone up and you're looking at this camera and you're like, who am I talking to? You're talking to your best friend. You're talking to a fellow realtor, right? You're sharing good information. Like, oh, guess what I do in my open houses? Hey, do you know how I get my leads? Hey, do you know where I get my referrals from? Hey, do you know why my broker's awesome? Hey, my past experience at this place. Fellow people want to hear that stuff, and they get ideas. Y'all can build each other's castles. It doesn't have to be so cutthroat. Because they're going to be watching, and they might be a hater and they might be a watcher, but they're going to be somebody that's doing what you're doing. And then somebody who wants to do it. I always say I'm going to sell my own house, and I never do, and I just have my friend Rick do it because he's a realtor, and it's easy. It's easier to have somebody else do it. But doesn't mean that there aren't people aspiring to do what you wanted to do, what you do, and why you're successful at it, or what the hardships are. Tell people about it. What was the worst part of what you had to do? What was the hardest part? What are some tools that you wish you would have had in the beginning? What is something that you wish somebody would have told you? Each of those, man, that's like a 10-second reel or a 20-second video. Anything under a minute right now is kind of killing it on Instagram. And Facebook, or 90 seconds even. So I usually try to keep them under a minute for shorts. You really only have the audience's attention for 7 seconds. So we'll talk about that again later too. But identify who your audience is. That is who you're talking to. That is where you get your ideas. Okay, so let's just keep going. All right, next. Any questions? Y'all let me know. Just type them in. Okay, be an expert in your niche. You want niche, however you want to say it. That's how I look at it too. In my hater talking about I must be doing something right. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you, I had gotten to the level of I don't give a fuck right? I have no more fucks to give. I think when we moved into the bus, you can't really care what people think about you, because I mean, we got treated like horribly at some places, like thinking we were these awful, destitute people. It was crazy. But and then I had people that loved what we did. I had people that secretly hated it, you know, they had all these opinions. But you really have to get to the point in your professional level, right, to not give a fuck what people think or what they're saying. And you just keep doing you. That's where the haters are coming in, you know. And I tell my husband that all the time. Like, people be like, don't you care what people think? No, I don't. I don't care, because they don't pay my bills, right? They haven't helped me. They're not even supporting me. But guess what? Let them comment on your stuff. Let them, you know, I say let them comment because that it increases your engagement, you guys. The algorithm doesn't care if it's good comments or bad comments. They don't give a fuck. They want to push your video. They want to push your stuff. And I actually had a troll help me get to like 3,000 views on this video on YouTube, because they wanted me to stop liking their comment on my comment. It was awesome. And it took 2 seconds out of my day to go back and keep replying to this guy. And they actually ended up being really funny, and it turned into this really funny thing that we were doing with each other. So hopefully, if anything, you know, I killed the kindness with kindness, and then it brightened their day, you know. I always tell people, just spread kindness, and keep focusing on you, because the haters aren't going to be doing what you're doing. They're too busy hating people. Money and experience. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so when someone thinks whatever product or service you're selling, they need to think your name. It needs to be, oh, I need to call Spencer. I need to call Aaron. Okay, I need to call One Love. I don't know, is that Carrie? I think. I need to call these people, right? Because that is who I'm thinking of. Like I said before, answer common questions that you receive from clients and others related in your niche. Your audience is vast. You are not just reaching local people here, okay? Especially if you're in real estate. You get people from all over because of jobs, employments, companies, places, whatever. It doesn't matter. You need to reach all the people. Because whoever is not doing it, I mean, they're the ones missing out. Because if it was between you and somebody else, and that somebody else was doing all this work, all this marketing, and have, you know, people are seeing them constantly, you have less chance. Because like I've said in my previous videos, we're all low-key stalkers. Okay, we do like to watch people. We like to see if we like them before we give them our money or give them our time. You can't blame us. We're just in that society now. Give tips, what not to do, what to do, mistakes you made, things to avoid, why they need your service. You know, a lot of people say they don't need realtors. Why do they need a realtor? A lot of people think that they cost money. Make a 10-second video, right? There's a soundtrack that's viral that says nope, 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 nope. You could just be standing there like this. You could just be looking at your computer screen. You could just have a picture of a house, and you could have text on the screen that says, you don't pay for me as a buyer's agent, or whatever, you know, whatever that myth is you're busting. Because a lot of people don't know that. But we think they do, right? We kind of assume, and remember, assuming makes an ass out of you and me. So, get some ideas out. Also, being the expert in your niche means, like, how are we going to do that? So, share your experience in the industry. Why should they listen to you? What's your experience in this? Have you even bought a house yourself? Do you know what that process is like? Tell us about it. What do you expect in that process as a buyer, as the actual client? You know, think of it from their perspective. Share your story. Yeah. What does a typical day look like? I remember Aaron did a video like that. You can do that one like every month, like once a month. You could do something like, this is what my day looks like, or, you know, I have a meeting today, or I have this today, or we're always educating ourselves, or whatever you're doing that day. If you have to take your kid to the doctor, you're doing something fun with the family, like, oh, look at my great schedule. Like, I don't have to just constantly be in the office, thank goodness. But also there's that false reality that realtors have, that think that they can just do this as a side job and like be super successful at it. But you guys all know you really have to work at this Like, you really have to work at social media, like, to be good at it. You can't just do it. I mean, yeah, there's tons of people that just go viral, but it's very uncommon. So you have to work at it like anything. So you could be the myth buster for the realtors that say, hey guys, you're not, yeah, you have an open schedule. And yes, you have more freedom over your schedule, but you don't like come to work for an hour and then you're off the rest of the day and you have all this money to go get your nails done. That's not how it works. So you can bust that myth, like talk to realtors. So don't feel like you're only an expert to your clients. You're an expert to other people in your field. You're an expert to people who want to be like you. And that's it. And it sounds I know it might sound like I'm not a hero, but you are. To somebody you are. And you're just trying to talk to them in a way that makes them want to use you. Somebody probably doesn't use me. In fact, I know I missed out on a lot of great friendships probably because I curse too much, right? I'm not going to change that about myself. If people don't want to work with me because I curse too much, that's okay. There's like 7 billion people in the world. I'm going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Okay. So be yourself. Yeah, if you want to be professional, be professional. Just remember, whatever you put on social media, it's what you want people to see. Okay. So yeah, I think we talked about this one, bust the myths. Entertain. Do not be scared to do a trending reel, okay? It doesn't mean you have to dance, right? You don't have to you don't got to do this. You don't got to do the Wednesday Addams dance. Yep. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. It's hitting Instagram. It's coming. You don't have to do the trending dance. Just talk to people like they're your friend. The new trending right now, y'all probably seen on my profile, is Dumb Ways to Die, okay? The Dumb Ways to Die is a trending audio. Do I want to do these all the time? No, but doing a trending audio will actually boost you in the algorithm. You could I do a lot of parodies, because they're funny, and I pick the ones that I like to do. They're not always trending. A lot of them are from The Office, and they trend later. They're just fun, and it shows people that you have a personality, right? You could do it based on being a dad, based on being a mom. That's a really good part. Like, if you don't want to just talk about your kids and stuff, showing off your personality that way, that's another fun way, right? And of course, being a consumer of this stuff, you do have to spend some time consuming to get some ideas. Use content, like I said, that relates to your life. Talk about something in your industry. Making coffee and talking. Getting ready for the day. Driving to the office. If you have one of those holders, record yourself. You can even go live in your car and talk to people and answer questions live. It's obviously better to do a live that's scheduled so people know when you're going to be on, and make it a consistent thing. You could do coffee talks on Monday. Something that people can look forward to and know to look forward to. Do one a month. Try one a week. And you don't even have to do lives. Just do a video. Just try to do one video that you can edit and post out there. And as you do these, you guys, you're going to get faster at it, and you're just going to have this creative blow. Okay, you're not a clown. I know you're not a clown. You're not supposed to be a court jester. But if you see something that makes you laugh, no, I got to change it. No. Okay. You can recreate it with your spin. Okay. There's tons of things people use audio for that you can think of other things to use it for. It just makes it fun. And if anything, you want this to be fun. You don't want this to be a chore. Okay. Content strategy. All right. So once we know our audience, once we know what we're going to post, we have all of our ideas, we have all of our audio. The next thing is you need to figure out your content strategy. How is the content other people? I think Lauren Taylor, she's a realtor on Instagram. I think that's doing really, really well. I follow her because she gives me tons of ideas for my business, and I'm not a realtor. She uses trending audio. And something else too, if you need ideas, you guys, I'm posting ideas like every day. I try to do 3 to 6 videos a day, or 3 to 6 posts a day on all the platforms, with ideas, content ideas, audio you should save, CapCut templates. That's on TikTok. That's a different thing, but TikTok and CapCut, anything that's popular on TikTok in 2 weeks, it's going to be popular on Instagram. So it's kind of good I like to use TikTok as a starting point. And they have really fun templates on CapCut. The ones I use where I'm like making my husband a thirst trap, that's a CapCut template. The dumb ways to die, that's a CapCut template. You just upload the video and it automatically does it for you. I think Spencer, the last time I was at the office, he showed me how his phone automatically did videos for him. That's something. Just put something out there. But ultimately, you want to mix it up between reels, photos, and carousels on Instagram, and then reels, videos, photos, shared information, articles on Facebook. I got in the habit of posting a ton of reels because I'm just like vomiting reels. But ultimately, you do want to mix it up. Have, a few reels a week. Have a couple of photos with information. Carousels are the multiple pictures. So like today on the Remax Homestead page, I don't know if I did it on Facebook, but I know I did it on Instagram, where we created a reel where there was like first time home seller guides. That was all graphics we actually used as individual posts throughout the month, and they actually came from the Remax corporate Facebook page. I just copied them and then I put them into a reel and I set it to music. Boom, a reel. That's a carousel. If people have to flick through it, it's photos. Because eventually, by the time they get to the end of that carousel, sometimes it sends them right to your page. And that's kind of a quick hack on how to get people to go to your page right after viewing it. Also, the quality. I struggled with this for a long time. I struggle with it sometimes. Now, if you have a recent phone, which I'm sure everybody does, at least 3 years old, go into your phone settings. I showed Aaron this at the last open house. There are pro options. Your camera should go 4K, 8K on the back. You have tons of these lenses. The quality is huge. If you go back to my videos last year and then look at them this year, completely different. And it's not the phone. Also, this is a trick in my ebook I'm going to give away. Go to the actual Instagram settings. Okay, in there, they actually automatically default you to upload in the most efficient way. So basically only connected to Wi-Fi, or that you can't upload in low quality. So when you upload your video, it looks like shit. You got to take the energy savings off on the actual app. TikTok, Instagram, all of that. So go into the settings. I'll show you guys that also in the next class if you guys are on there. We'll go into the settings there. Use a light. Like right now I have one of my ring lights. They're $30. Or stand outside, stand by a window, get the natural light. But lighting really does matter. People don't want to look into the dark. They want to see well, Also, closed captions. This is a content strategy, okay? Because Instagram is now doing away with the hashtags and they're holding on to the keywords in the description of your post, as well as your actual content on the content. So when you see words on content, those are keywords that the algorithms are pulling from. So hashtags, like, you don't use a lot. Don't use a lot. Crap. I don't know. Sorry. Okay. The closed captions can auto generate on Instagram. When you're doing your reel, you can actually click auto generate. The reason being is as you're talking, your keywords are going onto the screen, so you don't even have to type text anymore. Like, that's just kind of a lazy way to do it, but it's a really beneficial way too, because I don't know how many people have written me and they're like, I'm so glad you put captions on these, because I listen to a lot, or I watch videos without my sound on. And I'm like, dude, I'm the same way. If I'm in bed at night, I'll have it on really low or I can barely hear it. So the captions are nice. So if you're actually talking and giving information, use the captions, because it's not just to help people, but it's also a content strategy. It's a posting strategy, okay? So yeah, and it's good. Google Calendar is a great calendar too. When's the next class? Oh, it's right after this one. It's a Reels posting class. It's $5, and I can send you my PayPal, or you can pay for it after. That's fine too. And then I can send you the private link to get into it. Yeah, so it's we're gonna create a reel and we're gonna post a reel, or not post it. We're gonna create and make one and stuff. Okay, posting strategy. You need to post at least daily. Okay, at least. But if you can't do that, and that's on Facebook, if you can't do that, try to do 2 to 3 times a week. Try to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If you don't have Instagram yet, you should, because the analytics are really great. The Facebook Meta Business Suite, it's not Facebook, it's Meta Business Suite. It shows your Facebook and your Instagram stuff, and I don't have a slide for that, but I do want to talk about it at the end of class, why it's super beneficial, because you can schedule posts. The main thing is Facebook, right? You can schedule posts with Facebook. You could schedule daily posts and you could do that in an hour. You could have like a month's worth of posts posted in like an hour or two if you just sit down and use the calendar. Even if it's just article sharing, even if it's just a picture with some information. Always have your contact information on your post, especially if you're a realtor or a business for that. Yeah, you really do. Really should, because you don't know what post is going to grab people. You don't know. It's the $5 is for the class. It's just for the class. And then I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go over all the Instagram options, and we're going to create a reel. So like this is a free class. The next one is Instagram class. We're going to do a $5. So you'll learn some different stuff there. Do some, like on Instagram, 2 to 3 times a day. It really is ideal. I know a lot of people don't have time for that. However, in the next class, I'm going to show you how you're going to make time to do that, because when you have an Instagram account, when you're posting on Instagram and it can auto share to Facebook, you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You've already created content, and now I would take that and post it on YouTube and TikTok too, but that's just me. The content's already there. You already did the hard work. The rest of it's just sharing. Okay, share your shit on Facebook groups related to your niche, all right? Whatever you're in. Realtors have tons of groups. Open House Network, your spot, local groups, big groups, places there you want your target audience at. Yeah, thanks, Aaron. Anyway, so basically Facebook is all about community. So you want to go in, whatever, you have an open house, you have a product, you have a service. Like for me, I'm a part of a couple of social media tips for business groups on Facebook. I'm in a Central Texas social media tips for Facebook. I'm in and really you're just searching. So just spend some time in the search bar on Facebook. Search for things, places where you can go and answer questions. Like, I want to buy a house, home buyers, real estate facts, real estate tips. Look for groups where you can be an active member and answer questions. Yes, this does take time, but when you're in these groups and you have done it consistently, and that's the big key word, is being consistent. And if you're in there and you get an alert like, oh, Joe Blow asked, how does he find out if he's qualified for a house, right? Well, that's it. That takes 5 seconds to answer. You can go boop, boop, boop. This is how you know. Bam, bam, thanks. And then they're going to say, oh, wow, thanks. And I don't know how many if that group has 1,000, 2,000, 6,000 people in it, 6,000 other people might see that, and they're going to see that you answered it. Okay? When you're making yourself known, eventually over time, they're going to be like, oh man, that person, they're always on here. They're always helping out. They're always doing this. I'm going to go follow them. I'm going to click on them. I have seen it happen over and over and over again. I'm a big believer in Facebook groups. If you do not have a Facebook group yet, I would start one or help host one maybe for your neighborhood, okay? Especially if you're a realtor, do one for your neighborhood. Or if there's something that you could offer people because of your service. I'm going to give out a bunch of real estate tips to people. Make a group about that and then invite everybody you know. Again, that's working your Facebook, getting in there and commenting. Hey, like I started the Texas relocation group for Remax Homestead. We're slowly growing. I'm going into other groups and I'll say, hey, you can post this picture or post this event on our page. Boom, and then I tag that page. That is called backlinking. You're going out into other audiences to grab them, to pull them here to you, okay? It used to be kind of frowned upon, especially if it was somebody's personal page, like if they were on your page and they're like, hey, come to my page and do this. It's different. When you're in a group, that's different. You're offering advice, you're getting people from that group. You're not trying to troll somebody's personal business page and pull people that way. That's kind of shitty. But a way around that, how to grow. This is all, guys, these are all strategies on how to grow. I'm just sharing all these things. You can choose what you want to take, but I'm telling you they're effective. If you're on, like, let's say a fellow realtor's page and you're like, man, they're really doing a lot. They have a lot of interaction. They have a lot of engagement. They got a lot of followers. They're doing really well with their business, whatever it is. And you're watching them, right? Maybe you're copying some things from them. Engage with their stuff. Like, oh man, this is a great video. Hey, good job. And try to do it like 2 sentences or more. You don't want to have something short, because Facebook and Instagram are pushing community. They don't want just emoji comments. Okay, do put something in there. You could, and end it. Do whatever comment, like, oh my God, this is a great video. I hope you have an amazing week. Let's kick ass, or something. And you can actually copy that and you can use it for a lot of different people's pages. But you want it to sound personable, okay? You want it to sound like you're supporting them, because you are. And then I bet if they're working their Facebook page, which most people successful at Facebook are, they understand what you're doing. They understand the rule of reciprocity. And that is something that a lot of people come into social media thinking, like, I'm just going to rule this. I'm going to rule this space and I'm going to be the bomb bitch at it. It's not how it works. I wish it was. I wish that's how it worked, but it's not. It's not how it works. You have to actually put effort into it. You have to actually, share people's shit. Like if somebody was constantly commenting on my stuff and they also had a business, right? And they were commenting from their business page, I'd be like, hey, go check out this business. They're freaking awesome. I love them. I use them and blah, blah, blah. I'm helping them out. I'm giving them support. And typically, like if you get someone commenting a lot, go comment on one of their posts. Go comment on something that they're doing. Sometimes if they're just a fan or a follower and they just love what you're posting, and you go and comment on something of theirs, they geek out. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe they commented on my stuff, So you never know. And it makes you feel good. I mean, if it makes you feel good having people give you stuff, how makes somebody else feel good, right? You have to give before you get anything. And the biggest thing with social media is giving shit for free. You're giving, look at this right here. This was a prime example. What's the $5 for? I'm giving right now all this information for free. Every video I post is free. It's out there. All the stuff I'm talking about, I've already talked about 1,000,000 times. But not everybody sees everything at the same time. Not everybody hears it, right? Really hears it the same way. Like that math teacher. Everybody's like, I would learn math if my teacher was better. Well, guess what? You would learn whatever it is you're trying to learn better if you did have somebody that could talk to you the way you need to talk to. That's all social media is doing. It's bringing you together with people that speak the way you do, or that you can communicate with, like, oh shit, I don't know what it is, but when she says it, I just fucking get it, Or, man, I'm lost. I don't understand what she's saying. Cool, then they can move on, because there's 20,000 other social media managers giving the same free advice that I am. Think of it your way. There's 1,000,000 other realtors. There's 1,000,000 other people doing exactly what you're doing. You're just trying to make it where you're different, right? And putting your personal spin on it. So sharing it, doing the duets, that's on Instagram too, where you take someone's video and it's a side by side and you have your response or you're copying them. Those are great for collaborations. If you want to reach out to people and say, hey, let's do a collaboration. That's great. I do that with people every now and then. I need to get into it more, even myself. Short form videos is another posting strategy. Anything less than should be a minute, but like I said, you have attentions for about 3 seconds to 7 seconds. So the shorter the better. 6-second videos are great. The dumb ways to die are 6 seconds. Those get pushed faster because they're quick. And then mix in your longer format videos, because where I only got 7 views on my longer format videos, now that I have a bunch of short ones mixed into it, boom, I have like 70 something. It like double, a double. it went up by 70. So crazy, right? Don't ask me to do math. And then putting the keywords in your content, or on your content, and in your description also. That's it. Okay. Engagement. I guess I kind of talked about this already. Look, you have to be social on social media. You have to engage with others in your niche. Tagging people, sharing. Sometimes I can't tag people. Okay? Fuck, right? So what I do, how do I solve that? I go in and I tag them in the comment of the post. I feel like I'm talking with someone talking to you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, you feel, it feels, this is, however, that's how you want other people to feel, that's all. And it's okay to copy people, you guys, because, imitation's all right. That's kind of how the world is of social media. And if you can imitate it in a way where somebody can relate to it better, awesome. Good for you. You know what I mean? It's flattering, because eventually that will go viral. People that doing this trend, that trend, I got a couple. We're gonna go over a little bit. So follow, tagging people. Tag them in the comments if it doesn't work. If not, go to your personal page, because I know you'll have a Facebook page. And this usually is only a problem on Facebook. I don't have this problem on Instagram, but you'll want to tag them. You can, if it doesn't work as your page, you go as your personal and tag them that way, on your page's post, like your page here, you comment at Morgan Crabtree, because you couldn't pull me up for some reason, because it depends on people's tagging options. Sometimes they have it where you can't tag them if it's a page, but you can if you're a friend, so you kind of have to work with it. But tagging really does help, because you reach their audience, right? So if you're tagging a business, you're pulling their audience, you're grabbing their attention to you now. And it's not a shitty thing, because it boosts people. When you tag people, it boosts them. So don't be scared of tagging. Comment on people's stuff. So the $1.80 rule is people will remember you and return the favor. Okay? The $1.80 rule is you take, what is that like? Go on there, go and look at the hashtag real estate, social media, right? Find the top 9 people that are doing really well, like the top 9 posts, the reels, the photos. Go in there, okay? Comment on all those, all right? See what they're doing. Look at the hashtags. What are they saying? Now to engage, go to those 9 people's profiles, comment on their top 3 posts, okay? It's crazy, because their followers, their dedicated followers, will be in the thousands or millions. It's the top hashtagged things. They're going to see you, and if you're consistently doing this twice a week, 3 times a week, once a week, the people are going to see you consistently showing up. You're going to have people clicking on your profile, and you're going to start seeing more followers. The apps want you to be on their app. They want your time. You know what I'm saying? They want you to stay on their app as long as possible. So, $1.80, 9 people, 3 comments, or 3 photos, and make it something good. Remember, don't be like great photo. Do great photo. This is wonderful. I hope you have a wonderful week. Happy Friday, happy Monday, whatever. Make it like you care, because you're being social, right? Don't forget your call to action in your post. Follow for more, like if you agree. So at the end of your post, say your call to action, and also have it in your description. What do you want people to do with this information now? Do you want them to call me with questions, DM me, click the link, tag someone who needs this? Change them up, do different ones. Do you want them to like the post? Do you want them to follow you? Tell them what to do. I used to not do that, and I'm telling you guys, I failed. I'm speaking from years of failures and successes. You have to tell them what to do. I felt like I seemed bossy, but you're not. I need to be fucking told sometimes. Final point. If you use social media with a strategy, you will see results monetarily. You will. Once you have your strategy in place and your content in place, post consistently. I have to tell you, that has to be the main thing. Posting consistently. You can't do it when you feel like posting. You have to post when you want. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the honesty always. I've noticed, if you guys looked at any of my analytics videos that I did the first 2 months that I was posting consistently, the growth was huge. The engagements, the reach, the followers bumped. The engagements on my own actual page weren't great, but everywhere else it was exploding. And I blame that a lot on my rebranding. I've had my pages for over 10 years now, so like I'm rebranding from Schooly. I'm running into other obstacles that people with new, fresh Facebook pages don't have to worry about. If you can dream it, you can build it. That's a quote from my husband. We wholeheartedly believe in this. It's like our life's mantra. And you guys, if you're not showing up where everyone is at, you're not showing up at all. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that happens when you're camera shy. I don't even like pictures. I know. And that's okay, all right? Because you don't have to show your face, right? You could just do like a graphic, or I record the sky when it's really pretty, and I'll have the sky, and then I'll have text on my screen of whatever I want to tell people about. You can do your hands typing. You can put a phone holder here and type this, and you can be talking while you're working. Erin, actually, if you check out Erin's page on Facebook, she does that. She'll be sitting in her chair, and she'll have her desk, and she's just talking, showing people what she's doing, and she's talking from behind the camera. You don't have to be super photogenic, okay? But eventually they do want to see your face. So don't be scared of it, but it takes time to gain that courage. It really does. I've been on camera for like years now, on lives and doing teaching and all this stuff. So to me, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of second nature, really, to me. But you guys, if you have any questions, let me know. I know I kind of went over everything kind of quickly, but there's so much more that I could say about this. I want to go into more strategy-based concepts too. But everybody has different issues and different confusions with what they need. So ask me anything specifically. And if you need help brainstorming ideas, I'll be happy to help. Also follow my pages, because I'm always updating ideas, trending audios, trending things, anything you're like, oh, I could do that, do that. Also, you could I've actually screen recorded like people dancing, at the end of Tropic Thunder. Tom Cruise does that fun dance. I screen recorded that, and I put a trending audio to that, and I said, I'm going to do that one. I think I did the Joker one for this. Sorry, ADHD. So yeah, the Joker's dancing, and I'm like, oh, I have ADHD, this is me, blah blah blah. I didn't show my face. I didn't even have my voice on there. You just have to be creative. If you're camera shy, be creative. Practice. And go live. If no one watches, that's awesome practice. You can delete the video, But yeah, I get you. I really do. All right, you guys, thank you so much. If you're staying for the next class, hopefully the next one's not going to have too many technical difficulties. Let me know if you want to join One Love. And we'll be posting. I'll be sharing my phone screen. I'm going to go get that started. Thanks for joining. I hope you guys got some information and got some good content. Feel free to share my page to anybody that needs help. And I am a very big proponent, you guys. Figure out Instagram and Facebook, and then get your shit on YouTube, because I have thousands of views on YouTube Shorts, and I have hundreds of views on Facebook and Instagram. The audience is different on every platform. Okay, it just is. There's different people everywhere, and definitely TikTok. Thank you guys so much. I hope it was very helpful. See you guys in a few minutes. If you're staying for the next class, I'm going to jump onto that stream right now. Later, guys.